Avalanche AVAX has been on quite the wild ride for the last few weeks, pumping all the way from $54 to $147, which is pretty much a 3x in the space of about a month. But then, along with a number of other coins, we did see tops coming in. It's also quite key to look at, guys, when we see these big spikes towards the upside. We can come down and we can then retest, but if we come and retest and we put in a lower one, then in my opinion, that's often an indicator that we are going to take some downwards movement for at least a little bit of a while. But what we see right now is fairly interesting, especially what is happening here. So in terms of chart patterns that we can see where we're lining up, we can put down through here and we can see quite a nice falling corridor has been formed here, where you can see that we've had 3 touch points on each side, confirming that this was fairly solid or fairly reliable pattern. And you can see that what we did once we broke out, we didn't actually have a huge amount of volume come in, but we broke out. We then fell down the top, but maintained support above this top yellow line, pushing out in this direction. But what we are seeing right now, notice, is pretty much in line with this previous high here and this kind of line of resistance, line of support here. Okay, so something significant is playing out here. What do we think is going to happen next? So bringing out the Fibonacci tool from the swing high, dropping down to previous swing low here, we can see that we made it up above the 0.382, but we then are now struggling to get beyond it. So I think if we jump into the 1 hour, we can see now that we are forming a smaller rising wedge, and as a descending wedge often will break to the upside, a rising wedge will often break to the downside. Now, bearing in mind we still haven't really come back to have a good confirmation on this larger pattern, it wouldn't surprise me that perhaps either if we're unable to break through around the $118 level, then we will probably be coming down, in my opinion, towards levels around $100. However, if we are able to continue it and remain within this line of support, then we will be pushing higher towards the $124 level. But in my opinion, as far as AVAX is concerned, we are still going to be in some sort of a downtrend until we at least break back above this level at $128, where we have this significant line of resistance multiple times, and also provided us with support once we were back up at all-time highs. So don't feel necessarily the need to be rushing into AVAX right now. I feel that we could have an opportunity to get back in towards 110 and maybe even lower down along this line. As long as we're maintaining levels above this sort of $100 level, which is here, then I think that AVAX still is ultimately going to be finishing the year on an uptrend. So we could just be due a bit of a cool off before we have some continuation on towards the upside. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.